Good afternoon, Lisa
No.
and Pastor Ologun for Jim Dabusale show.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Without wasting our time this afternoon, we just want to talk about blogging and blogger. What is blogging and who is blogger? And to paraphrase it, I think blogging is a systematic way of creating and posting content, basically in the structure of articles or posts on a website or platform, mainly called a blog. While blogger refers to individual that constantly creates and publishes content on a blog, such as website, online platform where individuals can be able to share their respective thoughts, opinions, ideas for audience to have meaningful discussions and comments, not hatred, not cyberbullying, not cyber harassment, or not cyber attack. When we start this thing, we want our people to realize that there's difference between blogging and blogger. So let me throw my first question to Lisa. Misinformation and manipulation.
Mm.
What are some common types of misinformation or manipulation that bloggers use on social media, and how can followers identify them?
Thank you very much for that. I think before we start talking about misinformation, we need to also think about the intent behind it. When somebody deliberately misinformed you, they know the reason why they are doing it. It's not because, oh, they got the information wrong. In our society today, unfortunately, anything good news doesn't sell. Everything bad news is what sells. And this is one of the intents behind people deliberately misleading people and then putting wrong information online. Is all to gain crowd, get people to like, reshare, because this is how they make their money and all of that. And the Western world that actually brought blogging about is supposed to be meaning information. If you're misleading people, how exactly is that meaningful? That is it. So before we even start talking about misinformation, whatever, the intent is key. These people that call themselves bloggers, what is their intent of posting stuff? Is it to give meaningful information to people, or just to chase clouds, to get comments, to get likes, and then to make money through the misery of other people? Unfortunately, that is what we have in our society today. And that is what is selling, because nobody cares about the truth. Nobody cares about facts anymore. It's like excuse me, it's like a story. Sorry, a story somebody told me. They said Truth went to the stream to go and bath. Usually when you go into the stream to bath, you take your clothes out and then you leave it by the side of the stream. So Truth went inside the water. As he was bathing, Lie came and packed all the clothes and ran away. And Truth ran after it, saying, "Give me my clothes, give me my clothes, give me my clothes." And Lies is going, "Look at me, look at the mad person talking. Who do you think is sane between the two of us? See a naked person running through the street." And this is what it is in our society today. The Truth is like a madman, while Lies appears to be the same person. Hence the reason why misinformation will keep on going on over and over and over. And nobody is actually interested in hearing what the truth is.
Pastor Logan, did you have anything to add?
Thank you. I think that's exactly what I would have said. So, yeah, I'm in agreement with Sister Lisa.
Thank you very much, Pastor Logan. Pastor Logan, let me throw this question to you. How can bloggers be held accountable for spreading misinformation or engaging in manipulative tactics?
Okay, first of all, what make blogging a bit of challenging is this. Thank God we live in Western world, and we know that one of the basic things that Europeans cherish so much is their freedom of speech. Freedom of speech or freedom of expression is a treasure in Europe. However, there are limitations to freedom of speech. So there are certain things your freedom does not allow you to do. I can just name few examples out of many. Freedom of speech does not allow you to spread false information about someone. I mean, information that is not true. It doesn't allow you to abuse someone anyhow, at all. It doesn't allow you to abuse anybody at all. It doesn't allow you to invade somebody's privacy. It doesn't allow you to spread any type of information about or any unverified information or any type of bad information about underage and so on and so forth. Now, because blogging is something anyone can start without any official certification. In other words, you don't have to obtain a certificate. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to go through any tutorship to start blogging business. So anybody can become a blogger. And in that situation, even an illiterate, a stark illiterate, someone who didn't understand left from right, can wake up and begin to blog. In the course of doing that, so many wrong things filter into blogging. And that is why we're having so many things, so many unacceptable information going on the social media. Now, to curb this one, social media platform belong to someone. So the owner of the social media platform has to take it upon themselves to filter information that should be going through them into the public. Is this one acceptable? Is this one a verified truth? Does this one violate the law in my land? And so on and so forth. So when they fail to check those areas, I think the owners of the platform should be held responsible and not necessarily the illiterate that is dishing out anything on social media. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Ologun. Lisa, let me ask you this question. For those people calling themselves bloggers, especially bloggers in Africa, especially Nigerian, and these Nigerians either live in Nigeria or diaspora, do they understand what blogging really means? Because I see them that when they get little opportunity, they use it, whereby some set of people bribing them to go on social media or platform to be abusing people, intimidating people, harassing people, put people in a state of mental health that particular person will be nursing for life or for a short period. Did they know the impact of this blogging?
Thank you for that. Just like what Pastor Stephen said earlier, Majority of these people are illiterates. There is something they call educated illiterates. You might even go to school and have a PhD, and your mentality is like zero. Your emotional intelligence is zero. It's not even in Nigeria that people do this thing. I saw a blog yesterday from this Western world. So they started celebrating the VE Day, I think since Saturday or Sunday, and it's going to go on for the rest of the week. So the VE Day is kind of like celebrating the end of the war, World War II, and everything and everything. And then this person posted how very callous and obnoxious Meghan Markle is. She wants to take the attention of people away from the VE Day by posting happy birthday to her son on the same day. Did she choose when to give birth to the boy about 5 years ago? No. Did she know VE Day for 2025 will fall on the same day her son was born? No. But somebody see it as a way of just exercising their hatred and their lack of emotional intelligence and their stupidity and their idiocy. This is how it's not just in Nigeria. It's just that those ones in Nigeria, the way they word these things, and majority of it, like we said at the beginning, is full of false informations. It made it even worse. Like with this person that posted, it's facts. The boy was born on the day he was born. The war ended on the day the war ended. They are both facts. But somebody just decided to use these two facts to show how evil and wicked they are. It's a different thing about those ones in Nigeria. They don't even have facts. They don't even know nothing. They just post it just to gain get comment from idiots like themselves. That's how it is, unfortunately. Thank you.
Yeah, let me throw it back again because you haven't really addressed the issue. I thank you for the example that you brought in on this Meghan Markle. Yeah, I really appreciate that. But if you go back home, a lot of people only they say bloggers. There's some set of people using them, paying them. That I'm fighting this particular person. For instance, let me give an example now. In the area that we haven't touched, let's showcase. I'll bring an example of Lizzy Anjorin and Iyabo Ojo and some other set of people in Nigeria. When they were, two people are fighting. I believe, to the best of my knowledge, or to what I observe online, especially TikTok, and you see people now, as you said, those people that they might have a PhD, but they see lack of that education and illiteracy. You see some of them coming on social media, attacking Lizzy Anjorin. Some people that are doing that, they don't have, a home. They don't have a place. You see some set of people coming out attacking Iyabo as well, because I believe that some of these people, maybe some of them, they were paying them to, I want you to attack Lizzy Anjorin and I want you to attack Iyabo Ojo, because I can see that there's manipulative area. The corruption is there in Nigeria. So I want you to address that issue, because I got a lot of examples to brought up in this area of these bloggers. But I believe that these bloggers in Nigeria, because they were looking for traffic or because of hatred, coming to social media, cyberbullying people, harassing people, that they pay for it. So what is your opinion on that?
Thank you. So there's this thing my secondary school principal used to tell us in those days. She said you can take a child through school. Doesn't mean school will pass through them. So you can pass through school, doesn't mean school will pass through you. That is a lot of what is happening about this thing. And it is, and from the thing is, when people comment online, like we were saying before, a lot of people are not interested in facts. It's more about who I like versus who I don't like. Nothing about whether the facts they are putting out about so person is right or not. And let's look at all these blogs. They are all money generating avenues. The more comments, the more views that you get, the more money those platforms will pay you. That is how it is. So if somebody says something, they are misleading, they are insulting, they are doing this, they are doing that about somebody. Now they go and look for some jobless people, give them 500 naira, say, come online or buy 1 gig data or whatever for them. Say, come online and start adding to the voice. What those idiots don't know is it is not about these two people that are fighting. It is more about the so-called blogger that's gonna make money out of their stupidity. That is what is going on there. It's not really about when people start commenting, oh, I don't like her, oh, she is this, she is that. She thinks, oh, those ones are just idiots. It is the blogger themselves that knows how much money they are making on the people that are commenting. If only the people commenting knows this, maybe a lot of people will not come online and be commenting nonsense. But a lot of people don't know. Yes, they pay some people to say that. Some people, they don't pay them. They just kind of like, some people are just naturally sad. So they take that sadness everywhere. And some people are keyboard assassins. The things they can't say to your face when they see an opportunity online. Let me give you an example. Just before, a girl that I know very well. I've never met her in my life before, but she went to my secondary school and we connected from the alumni. She has a very big shop in Nigeria. She sells clothes. I've bought different materials from her. Like, I've never met her. Even after buying the material, she would take it to the tailor for me that will sew it and then cargo it to me. And then this morning, somebody went on her page and started to say, you are a scammer. You said you pretended to sell clothes for a relative of mine, but then you scammed them. Going on and on and on and on. And then people started jumping on that page, commenting. But the thing is, the person, so the girl now came online, more or less like crying. What did I do to you? Do I even know you? I told her, I said, go and rest. Don't even reply. We that know you are not a scammer knows you are not a scammer. You replying to this, you're giving her more power. So this person look at somebody that will say, let's say, this person have got a lot of followers. Let me say something about them. So a lot of people will start commenting. From there, I will gain popularity. I will make some money. This is what people who comment don't understand about these bloggers.
Thank you very much, Lisa.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pastor Logan, we've listened to what Lisa have just said. So what is your opinion?
Looking at our society, we are dealing with two major issues. The first one is the love of money, and the second one is moral integrity. Unfortunately, the love of money is gaining more popularity. It's getting stronger than moral integrity. So nearly everyone in our society, because of what the situation is, nearly everyone is ready to mortgage their moral integrity for the sake of money. And that's why we are dealing with so many problems that is not going to go away so easily, except something is done or a higher power or a higher authority steps in. We are dealing with people that are spreading. Some of it are very, very deliberate. It is not as if they are mistaken. They are quite deliberate. We've had occasion where someone spread information parading someone who is still alive to be dead. And in a matter of minutes, they gain thousands, if not millions of followers. So people commenting, people following them, even when they themselves know that what they are saying is not right. Now, how do you spread information you have not verified? What is the reason behind it? Except that you want to sell your information, sell your the content to make money. So it doesn't matter whose horse is galloped, as people used to say. So nobody cares as long as money comes in. And very unfortunately, people respect money in our society. All you need to do is do whatever you can to make your money. Once you have the money, we will respect you. Forget about moral integrity. That is the society we are dealing with.
Thank you very much, Pastor Stephen Ologun. Let me throw this question to you, Pastor Ologun. As a Christian and a pastor, I saw some of, as Lisa said, of our people back home calling themselves bloggers, fake bloggers. Some set up the account in the name of Yorubas. And if you know our society today, we have a lot of Yibo and Hausa that living in Lagos, Ibadan, Oshogbo, Ogun State, Ekiti, Ondo, and some other part, Kwara State, and some other part of Western region or states. I saw this people, set of people, putting a fake narrative against Bishop Abioye and Bishop Oyedepo. Few days ago, Bishop Abioye inaugurated his new church in Abuja. And this set of people now started to create, propaganda news, misinformation, manipulative against Bishop Oyedepo, that he is not asked Abioye, or told Abioye not to take his church members in Abuja, the winners church members in Abuja, away with him. I don't think that Oyedepo got time for that, but they started to be bagging Oyedepo to look that Oyedepo is a bad man. So why this set of people try to create misunderstanding against two men of God? Why? As a pastor?
Well, if I'm criticizing something, or if I'm criticizing people that are spreading false information, then I myself should also be careful not to be found in that category. Now, the question you are asking me, I don't have a first-hand information to what is going on in the life of Bishop Abioye and Bishop Oyedepo. So for that reason, I cannot say A or B or C is what is going on, because I am not privy to what is going on between the two of these men of God. But one thing I know, it doesn't matter whether you are Yoruba, Hausa, or Igbo. Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Fulani, Ibira, Ijo is not our problem in Nigeria. Our problem in Nigeria is that people fail to put their feet down and address our situation. We are dealing with two sets of citizens in Nigeria. The first one are good citizens of the country, which cut across every tribe and race. And the second ones are the criminal element that live in our midst. and identify the criminals that are living with us, stamp them out and deal with them as criminals, we will be harboring problem within us. And at the end of the day, every one of us will fall victim of the crime they commit. So every day in Nigeria, I keep saying it, the problem of Nigeria is not Hausa, Igbo, or Fulani, or anything. Are too quiet in harboring what is not good. I mean, criminals that carry gun, leaving the society to go into the forest, they came out of a society. So people know them. Most of them, people know them. At least A or B or C know them. Why are we so scared to come out and say, this is wrong? These are the people responsible. Let's face it, tackle it out, and clean our society in order to have a good society for everyone to live in. That's what we should do, rather than tagging A or B or C. So if I say the Fulanis are carrying guns, am I saying that Yorubas don't have the tendency to commit crime? If I say it is Igbos, am I saying that the Middle Belters don't have the tendency to commit crime? So we have two elements in every society, especially in ours. We have the criminals and we have the good citizens. If the good citizens keep quiet and allow the criminals to thrive, every one of us will suffer the consequence. That is how I see it.
Thank you very much, Pastor Stephen Ologun. Lisa, let me throw this question to you. What steps can social media platforms take to combat the spread of misinformation and manipulation by bloggers?
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't know what social media can do about it. Because if world leaders are also guilty of the same thing on social media, misinforming people about things that don't happen, how much more the jobless mechanic in one village in Nigeria doing exactly the same thing. And the thing again is, social media platforms will never do anything about these things. It's not like, because they too, they make money from it. The more people that come on their platform, the more money they make. Do we think Elon Musk just didn't know how much money he will make when he bought Twitter? Or do we think what is he called, the Zuki boy, when he decided to make Facebook, he didn't know he's gonna make money from it. That was why he made it. No. And they keep on putting all sorts of features into all of this social media to make it even more easily, very easy for people to do their wicked and evil acts there. Because nothing will happen. The more people post on all these medias, the more crowd will go there. The more money those who owns the platform will make. Unless maybe there is a law that is passed today and somebody is made a scapegoat, then maybe something will happen. Just a few weeks ago, some parents came on BBC News talking about how their children were in some group or whatever on TikTok that encourage children to go and harm themselves. So the parents were looking for access to those informations so that it will help in the prosecution. TikTok refused to give it to them. These children are dead. And the parents want closure. They are refusing to release those people that led to the death of these children. But there is no law that says, because what everybody hides behind these days is data protection. So unless there is a law that start prosecuting these platforms, because once they do that to the platform themselves will be able to start sanctioning people that come on their platform to do all these evils. But until there is a law, I don't think there is actually anything anybody can do, unfortunately.
Thank you, Lisa. So what we are saying is all these social media people, they were encouraging violence on their platform, like TikTok, Facebook, and even Instagram and X. Because as you mentioned, if they were not encouraging them, they will not come on their platform to be accusing people, creating nuisance on their platforms. But that we create someone, to commit suicide or in one way or other. So do you think that these people, they were encouraging all these barbaric behaviors online?
I wouldn't say they are encouraging it. I wouldn't say they're encouraging it, because there are, even on Facebook, there are features there. There are some words that you cannot use on Facebook. If you use those words, they will limit your access to your own account on Facebook. There is something they call Facebook jail. If you use some words that you are not supposed to use, even as simple as saying you are dead, Facebook will sanction you. But people found a way around it. Like definition of dead is DEAD. So if I put D and then use the pound sign for my EAD, I'm still saying the same thing. The AI on Facebook will not pick it up to say I'm still saying exactly the same thing. So people already find a way to kind of like walk around these loopholes, even when the social media platforms are doing everything to minimize it. But people themselves they have their own way to do it. That's the thing. There's a limit to, unless the social media platform themselves say, you know what, we want to close down our platform, meaning they're not going to get any money again. That's the only way all of this will not happen. And even if social media platforms is not even encouraging this kind of, not encouraging, it's not there. There are websites. There is a website I read about a few weeks ago. I forgot what the website is. Even if I know the website, I wouldn't say it on your feed. That website is full of evil, as in from the pit of hell, evil people. They come there and then they say, oh, they have a target, either in the workplace, at school, on the streets, on social media, and people should teach them how to make the life of that person miserable. And people on that website will start giving them tips on how to make the life of the other person miserable. And when they see this person in real life, maybe having mental breakdown on the verge of killing themselves or whatever, they come back to the same website. I learned about it on Netflix. They come back on the same website to come and give feedback to the rest of their evil cohorts. So even if social media runs, they say, no. There are other ways. These people from the pit of hell will find a way to do their evil. They are only doing the works of their master, the devil, which is to kill, to steal, to kill, and to destroy. That is their only mission. And the only thing that can solve it is just let Jesus come and let everything be sorted.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Pastor Simeon Logun, you now go to the next step. Impact on followers. Impact on followers. Let me throw the question to you, Pastor Logun. How can social media influencers behaviors, particularly when engaging in manipulative or harmful practice, impact their followers? Mental health, well-being, and sense of self-worth?
If I will answer you the way I understand, I will say in life, whatever we see affects us. Whatever we hear affects us. The environment we live affects us. and so many other factors that affect human beings. Now, if social media or going to social media is affecting my mental well-being, then I think I have the right to choose what I listen to, what I watch, and what I abstain from. Once I know that this thing is not helping me mentally. Unfortunately, because we love information, we go for everything. And at the end of the day, we are affected by things we hear, and sometimes we are affected negatively. Although social media has helped in so many ways, social media has educated people, lift them out of their comfort zone in most cases. But then if there is an information on the social media that is not helping my mental stability, all I will do is to run away from that platform. Just like Sister Lisa said earlier, there are evil people that are spreading false information. Their intention is to cause havoc in the society and in the life of people. So choose wisely what you listen to. That is how I will advise people. Because social media is social media. It has come and it has come to stay. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Stephen Ologun. Lisa, we listened to what Pastor Ologun had just said. Do you have anything to add with it? That
no, I completely agree with what he has just said. With the advent of AI, social media, technology, we are where we are, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you very much. Before we go, let me ask you a question, Lisa. Does it make sense for people paying bloggers for harassment? Does it make sense?
When people, I will go back to what I said at the beginning. When people do that, what's the intent? Let me give you an example. A few years ago, I know a lady, I know her very well, that went to a blogger to ask the blogger to help her to post a story to do with her and some people in her household. So people started mentioning her name. Everybody on social media, her name was on their mouth. A month later, she produced a film. Come and see how that film was selling. It was selling like nonsense. So there is intent in everything everybody do. That's just it. Whether you go and pay a blogger to do something for you, or you as a blogger, you pay some people to come and comment, everything comes down to the love of money. Simple as ABC.
Thank you very much, Elisa. Pastor Ologun, so what advice can you give to people using social media for intimidating, harassing people?
They should stop. All I can say is, you that is doing what is bad, stop it. All we can preach to an evildoer is to stop your ways of evil. Like the Bible said, I come quickly and my reward is with me to give to everyone according to the works of their hand. So if the work of your hand is good, you receive a good reward. If the work of your hand is evil, you receive adequate punishment for it. So he that is deliberately doing what is not right, stop it. All we can say is stop it. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Stephen Ologun. Now, let me throw this question to you before we go finally, and then before coming back to Lisa. What way can those bloggers modify their content?
It depends on individuals' content. I mean, there are thousands and thousands and thousands and one content going out there. So it depends on what your article is. It depends on what your intention is. It depends on who your audience are, and so on and so forth. So if your intention is evil, how can I advise someone whose intention is evil? So if your intention is good, then of course I will say improve on your goodness. So let your good become better. But if someone's intention is evil, except to ask him or her to stop his evil ways, there is no way I can advise someone whose intention is evil to improve on their evil doings. There's just no way I can do that. So I can only ask them to withdraw. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pastor Ologun. Lisa, before we go now, what candid advice can you provide to those people calling themselves bloggers that creating nuisance on social media, both on a TikTok, Instagram, Facebook? You've mentioned a lot of things that that can create mental health or well-being to some other people. So what?
The Bible says we all reap what we sow. They might not reap it today. They might not reap it tomorrow. It might not even be in their lifetime. It could be their children or their children's children that will reap it. Whatever you sow, you will reap. So if their own joy is coming from making other people sad, driving other people to the verge of killing themselves, and they are happy and they are rejoicing as a result of that, it's only a matter of time. Our God is a merciful God, but at the same time, it is also the same God who says, I will show mercy unto whom I will show mercy. Meaning there are some people that will not experience the mercy of God. And the Bible also tells us that God hears the cry of the afflicted. So if you are inflicting unnecessary on people, and that person goes on their knee to cry out to God, if you like, be speaking in 1 million tongues, God will ask you. The judgment will be on you. But to prevent that, the people who brought blogging to Nigeria says meaningful information, meaning something that actually makes sense, that actually nourishes the brain, the soul, and the body. This is what they are supposed to be doing. But if they deviate from that to do the opposite, the judgment of God will be on them until they repent and they start doing the right thing, so that the judgment of God will not be upon them. Because if it is God that is judging them, his wrath is very, nobody will be able to pacify him. And these people that they are doing all these things to, you don't even know what each one of them carries. You don't know their relationship with God. You don't know if they only need to do 1 day fasting and prayer, and then they rain all sorts of curses against you and your generation to come. But then, because you know you can hide behind the keyboard, they should stop. That is all I will say. They should just stop and only promote good news rather than bad news. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Pastor Ologun, thank you very much for coming to Jim Dabusa show this afternoon. I appreciate you. I thank God for your life. I believe that, to the best of my knowledge, what we share today on Jim Dabusa show will benefit our people back home, or people generally, either in Africa or other part of the world. So the way some people using the social media that creating nuisance, creating mental health to some people, I believe that everything will stop to the glory of God. Once again, thank you for coming. God bless you.
Thank you very much for having us as well. Thank you.
Thank you.